Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Mama Fox Studios. This is Missy and we're on build number 19 of our garden slash courtyard. So in our last video we built the starting point of our second little pagoda area, the bath spa. Let's call it the spa pagoda. We had the gaming pagoda, now we have the spa pagoda. And this has that little bit of batting underneath, and I use that different textured paper, and I'll admit I think it's just kind of a waste. If there was no batting, or if I had used the more textured paper, I think it would have made a noticeable difference, but that doesn't really make much difference than the flat one that they gave us. So oh well, it was an experiment. I tried. And then we have our two other little pieces that we're going to add, build our structure up. So first I want to show you I have my happy face, my little happy face guy, and I have my little mad face guy, and then I have my little side eyes. Yeah, had a little fun yesterday. All right, so we're going to jump in and start building on this. So we need G23. Oh, not organized. Hold on. Let me double check which ones those are. '23. They are the 61 by 5s. I think they're going to be these. Yep. Yep. Okay, so we have quite a few of these just square stands, pillars. Yeah. All right, so these are going to now go, like the point is going to go right at the point of the opening. So really easy thing is you have these black lines that come right to the corner, so just match it up with those lines. All right, so this is going to be fun because this plastic, I mean, I'm thinking that's not a good idea. They did have us pretty much put the but I don't know how you would have. Okay, I'm thinking I need to trim this up. This just isn't going to sit on that plastic. It doesn't like. Well, okay. Let me get my glue ready here. Oh, that was a lot of water. I overwatered this one. Okay. For those new to my channel, I just use a little half a paper towel, get it wet, and then I use my Aleene's original tacky glue with a precision tip bottle. Put it down in there. Whoop. Pointed down, keeps gravity fed so it's ready to go, and the damp paper towel keeps it from getting tacky and gumming up the nozzle. That was a wonderful tip from a viewer I had that I use constantly. All right, so we're gonna try one. Let's see if we can use our Aleene's on the bottom here, and then I just use crazy glue, which I bought a 6-pack of this crazy glue with the brush applicator for 20 bucks off Amazon. Great deal. They sent me precision tips, so I am sending it back because y'all have watched me. I am messy. I will never survive, even with a precision tip. I gotta have the brush. Just see if that's gonna hold. Aleene's will dry clear, but I would just rather not have those clumps there. Okay, maybe it's gonna hold. We'll give it a go. we're going to need H4 and H5. Let's see. Whoops. And that might be one of them. Yep, they're the only two. Everything else has some type of a two-part to it, or a swirl on it, or a rounded top. Those are the only two left that we have that are just rectangular with the X pattern. So 4 is the long one. It's going to go on the left side, and 5 is the short one, and it's going to go, yep, right in between them. Maybe. See, this is why I need the precision tip. Okay. I am going to run a bead of the super glue. Oh, you know what? These can go up the sides too. Boy, you are not straight. Knocked you loose. And this will help hold the posts up, hopefully. I put the super glue on the wrong side of my posts. I put them on the back. I need them on the front. Yep, that helped hold those posts in line. Good, good, good. All right, so this one is just going to go to the end of the opening. Okay, and now the G25 that we previously did. Aw, crud. Oh, I needed to put these, I knew they needed to go on the back side. Okay, well, you know what? Whole thing's coming up. Yep, this is coming up. Okay, I'm not going to use this. We're going to start over because I just wrecked that. Yeah, I don't want to ruin my paper. All right, let's get the plastic sheet that they provided. It's the perfect size. I just don't know how it's gonna hold. Like, where am I gonna glue it? And that's almost exactly in half. It is pretty much exactly in half. Okay. I'm gonna put it like on the, right on the corner. So not on the top, not on the inside, but right on that corner of these. Let's hope this works. I keep getting a little bit of the fluffy batting in the way. Let's try this. Dang it. There we go. I know it looks smeared, but it will dry clear. We're gonna hope that stands. Okay, so now I'm just gonna flip this so that because those stayed together, right? And so this way, the posts are on the back, or the banister needs to be on the back side of these posts. And now it should be going pretty much onto the paper. And then redo the long one. Sorry about that, guys, but sometimes that's just how the dice rolls. I want to put it up that side so it touches there too. There we go. Okay, so now this should just sit on top and go into those posts, into the corners. Yep, okay. So we'll put our A-leans on in the little corners and the back side. We can do some on bottom. I don't know how well it'll hold, but we're gonna try it. I'm gonna try around the back edges. That's where some of the paper will hit. And then we're just gonna put those, there we go, just like that. So it does go over the sides a little bit, so it's not right directly only on the plastic. And that will also help hold our plastic in place. All right, so now we want to take those two little seats that we just made last video, or I think the ones with the non-woven underneath, and this little table that we did that has just the two little cups on it, and those are going to set on this little outing here, this little ledge. So, whoops, don't knock stuff over, please. So I'm just going to put this in the middle pretty much. And then our two little seats. One on each side. At least we got to put the inner pieces on here before we added the roof and all that, unlike our last one. Just makes it a little easier, I think. All right, there we go. So now we need H1, which, okay, they're at the very bottom. I remember seeing them. This one's with all the little notches in them. I need two of them. Okay, those are H1s. And then G21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the skinny ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there it is, 7. All right, so let's scoot this up here a little bit. This is going to be our roof. So we're just going to the distance between the two H1s is 53 centimeters. Okay, because these are overlapping a little bit. So yep, they're just going to overlap a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my A-leans inside the little notches. Let's go ahead and do both sides. think I also want to measure if we go inside to inside, it's like 53. Dang it. So basically these are needing to sit on here, right? So if we go 53, it's like barely. So I'm gonna go 55 because that will then give us kind of the center of those the tall ones, yeah. The hold on. Sorry, my brain is not working. The posts. And then we're just gonna like the other ones in. Try to kind of center these. Two more here. Oh, that one's a bit warped. That one didn't want to go down in both holes at the same time. Yep, we're pretty much right at 5.5. So mine was just a little bit extra. All right, we need another lamp. Now, I must have dropped this the other day. I don't know when. I found it on my floor. I was like, whoops. And it says 5 millimeters of our I-17, our black wire. So which is 5 centimeters. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to use this on our light. So, all right, so we want to fold this in half. I need to remember to use this when I do other kits that just have us glue the lights to like the wall, the ceiling or whatever. I love this technique. And I did use it on a couple of kits after I did this original one, but then I forgot about it. All right, and then we're gonna go, we wanna go just kind of to the base of the hard plastic of the light and twist them out. So, there we go. And then I am going to use my UV resin. This is just the cheapy Walmart stuff, but it comes with really nice black light. And I'm going to go ahead and just stick resin this on, because you can use super glue. Just try not to get it on the wires, the coated wires. You can use white glue. For me, the UV resin, I have it and it's easier to use. Whoops. I have a feeling I'm going to resin my fingers. Nope, but I didn't get it cured either, so now I'm, excuse me, now I'm probably going to resin my fingers. I just needed to get it started to cure so that I could not be having to hold it. All right, and then we need one of our, I-46 is one of our bell beads. So, is it the white or the frosted? I-46, what was our last one? Don't stick the resin fingers in your mouth, Missy. I-46. Okay, so it's the frosted one. That frosted kind of bell looking one. And we're just going to stick that right on. Oops. Nope, skinny side in. Yep. I'm going to put just a touch of resin on the back side here. It's kind of got a little bit of tackiness still to it. I didn't cure it like all the way. So get it on there right to the ends. And then you just really probably don't want it to come out the end. Now this is frosted, so it will go through. It may just take a few extra seconds. It's not totally clear. Plus it never takes just 8 seconds. It's always tacky still at 8 seconds. Okay, I think we're good. So this way, now we can, oh, no, I need to, my plastic is sticking out a little bit further. So I need to just bend them a little bit higher up. There we go. Okay, yep. All right, so we're going to turn this over. So the notches are underneath on the bottom side now. And it says, turn over the rack and paste the lamp and lamp line as shown in the figure. Okay, so we want this to go in the center. Yeah, on the center one, right in the center of it. And then we'll run the lamp line to the back and then down to, okay, so I am going to use my resin on this again. But again, at this point, you know, probably your white glue is your best bet. I'm just going to do one little thing at a time. Whoop. You can also use like hot glue or what else do they use? There's all types of glues out there. Whatever one you like best, obviously use that one. You're not all the way on there. Whoops. you please stay up where I put you? Stay where I put you. I've dried up my resin already. Oh no. It wasn't 100% cured, but it was close enough that it wasn't gonna hold all that. Good thing about this UV resin, if you make a mistake, just peel it off. Come on. Why are you giving me trouble today? You never give me this much trouble. Just trying to hit it from all different sides so that way it gets cured. Now very carefully. Okay. Now I'm going to run these wires up to this corner, or to the side railing. You know what? Why am I doing this? Why am I not running tape here? I'm an idiot. I'll run my double-sided tape. I'm just going to put it along this hole. It's a little bit wider. I'm using my wider stuff. I think this is about 1/4 inch. I think. Didn't actually say, but I have the 1/8 inch. It tells me it's an 1/8 inch. And this is just about twice as much, so. We don't want to go all the way to the end. We want to go just over this last one. I cut it a little short, but that's okay. And then it's going to go out to the side. So I know this is wider than the piece it's going on, but that's okay. I'm just going to fold it over. And then we'll put these right on the edge and then turn them and run it down. I just got this tape from Temu and it is pretty good. It holds very well. And then these will come out, and when we put it like all together, it will sit better. Yeah, that holds up really well. All right, now we want to put 2 more posts. We have 4 left of the G23s. We want to put them here at the corners. Just going to stick that banister to this post. Uh-oh, stuck my finger instead. Oh, let go, let go, let go. Whoops. On my laptop, I have it set up for a fingerprint, so I don't have to like sign in each time. You would not believe, well, you might. If you're a builder, you would probably believe, and you use super glue, how many times my fingerprint is unrecognizable because I only have it set up for this finger. And I have super glue on it much of the time after a build that right away I usually can't use my fingerprint. All right, and now, oh, okay. We want to take our little step here, and it's from the back side, it's going to go 29 millimeters up, so 2.9 centimeters. So we have the paper here and paper here, so we're going to put our glue on the back. There we go. Somewhere roughly in there. It's not exactly even, that's why they give us a measurement. And then our, whoop, don't knock that over. And our little bowl here, or wash basin, whatever it is that we created, it's going to sit just on the side. Kind of right at the corner of this, where the corner of the step that we just put in is. Now I'm going to put my material hanging off the edge. It just is, it'll lay easier the way I had glued it down. So, all right, now we're going to lift these up, and we want our wire to go on the back side opposite of the steps and up to on the left, or sorry, on the right. Okay, so I'm going to start. I'm going to put glue on these 4 posts. And I'm going to put boy, this does not want to sit. We've got that side good. Just kind of trying to get them kind of close to the center of the post. And of course you get one side done and it moves the other side. We're close. Yeah, I think we're good enough. Why does it look crooked? I don't know. Oh, there we go. does want to stay twisted a little bit. Okay. So next we would naturally put our ivy and flowers on this, but we only have 20 minutes left, and I plan on really covering this a lot, and I want it to dry, be really good and dry, because, oh, see, if I were to move it around, the posts are going to come undone, and I might need to, I'm going to weave in and out of these, and I want these to be solid and dry. So we're going to set this up to the side for a second. Well, for the rest of this one, we'll come back on our next video. That's what we'll start out with. Oh, that is leaning bad. Whoa, that is like really, that's straight. Oop. Come on now. It's getting a little better, but just stop. Okay, a little better. We're close. There, I think that'll do it. That's better than it was. Way better than it was. All right, so let's go ahead and we can still get something else done. Let's get our front gate done. Put my resin away so I don't get everything mixed up and lost. All right, so we need H12, 2 of them. They're these little pitchfork thingies, looking thingies. I know they're not actually pitchforks, but that's what they kind of remind me of. And then, oh, sorry, those are H11. And then we need 2 H12s. Those are H13s, but we're going to need those in a second. We're going to need the H10. Oh, these big ones are the H9. Okay, the little one are the H11. So we need both sizes of these. And then our H13s are our gate pieces. And then H12s are the little tall rounded ones. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 4 of those, and then H17 is the little end post, and we need 1, 2, just 2 of them, I think. Okay. Oh, H15. Now we need to know what, oh, I think that's going to be H22, I think. And these are probably H15, but I'm going to double check those. Let me just double check everything here. So H 11 and 12. 11 are the small ones, right? 12 are these ones, yes. Those ones are 13, yes. The big ones are 9. H10 is the wood one, yes. 17 of the big ones and 18 of the little ones. Which ones did we need? We needed 17, so not the little ones here. We need 2 of the bigger posts. There it is. Okay, 2 of those larger little posts. And then, and yes, 15 are these little square ones. And then 22, yes, 22 are the round small ones. Okay. So we need, oh, we need 4 of these small ones. Whoops, my bad. Okay. So we want to take 2 of these small ones, which are H11, and 1 of the panels, which is H12. Okay, so these are going to go up and down, and then this is going to go right in the center. All right. And these ones are even. Okay, so just making it like a little sandwich here, little panel sandwich. All right, and now we're going to take another H12 and come straight up on the left. Straight forward, I mean. Oh. And we want that at 90 degrees. I'm just going to use my little lines on my mat to 90 degree that. All right, and then one of the H17, so it's going to go flat right on the end there. Okay, so that's one side. We're going to do the same thing, only the opposite direction. So take our another panel, one on each side of this. And now we're going to put a panel coming forward on the right. And then our little finishing post here. All right, we have those two. And we need a little bit of, these four need some material on it. Some A14, which is our roofing material. Cut A14 to the size of H14 and then paste H14, fabricate 2. Which one was H14? Oops. Oh, H14 are our big ones here. What do we need these for? Where do these go? Oh, over the top. Okay. So we want these ones to go so the pattern is going sideways, right? Now I'm just going to look at that pattern page in the front of the book. Okay, it shows it on the third page. So if this is 1, 2, and 3 of our bit sheets. So sheet 1 covers those, sheet 2 covers those, and sheet 3 covers these. It shows on the bottom of the 3. But look, we have these 2 over here. I'm going to go ahead and our H15s are here. So we just would need a C20 that can. So I'm going to cut my 4 H15s and then see about where the other 2 can go. Whoops. Yeah, so we want the H15s to go long ways across. So they're up and down the short ways. Sorry, make a little bit of room here for me to... And then I'll actually just use that as my pattern for the next 3 of them. Because we'll trim them up once we get them on the pieces of wood. So I'd rather them be a little bit big than too small. Alright, so those are all in the up and down position, and now we want the H14s to go with them side to side position. And yes, that can actually sit right there. Now I can be kind of willy-nilly with this because I have extra of this material. I have like a couple of sheets of this. But if you're new or you don't have a stash with any of this in it, you might want to go more according to their plan. See, I was hoping, nope. All right. And nope. Okay, so we're just going to go in the bottom corner here. Remember, I want those lines up and down to match. All right. Let's just paste all of these on here and then we'll trim them up. I'm going to use it. Whoop. This is the Aleene's. It's just with a larger squeeze bottle. Or squeeze bottle. It is a squeeze bottle with a larger nozzle tip. Just don't push too hard. You don't want to crumple the little ridges there, which I've done on a couple of the other ones. On total accident. It happens. I just try to remind myself, if I don't have to push very hard, don't. And then our little ones here. Oh. Really? That one was tight, almost a little bit too. It'll be fine. Just was very, very close on a corner. I kind of clipped the corner a little bit. Close that back up before I forget for next time. Let's go ahead and trim these up. You don't really want any excess on these because they're going to be butted. The edges will have to meet another spot, and then it'll be the material. And yes, sometimes these do take out my edges. I don't know any way not to do that. Like, kind of took out that corner. So, okay, where's my, oh, I have my gray, oops, acrylic paint marker. I'm going to go ahead and do my edges here of the paper and the wood. We don't have to do much. This is about the only edges that we have to do is for the roofing, because the wood itself is already pre-painted. So it's a nice, I mean, I like doing this because it just kind of extends the life of the project, and I like the look of it. You don't have to do it, but it's been a nice break. It seemed like the last couple we did, there was a ton of edges to color. So this has been a nice little break. Just having it every once in a while when we do the roof has been nice. Oh, I need to trim them up though before I... Ooh, ha ha ha, what are you guys doing here? Do need to trim them up before I cut the color the edges. Okay, that kind of works to save my corners. Right when I get to the end, just kind of lay the blade down. So it's just not the point going through it. It's kind of more of the blade. That kind of seems to work a little bit. Or wishful thinking, I'm not sure. So there's a lot of times I can do two things at once. Like I can, not all the time, but I can, you know, growing up I could do homework and listen to music, or which I had to actually convince my mom before she would let me continue to do that. You know, so I've just most of the time been able to do two things. I can have a conversation and still listen to a podcast, you know, and not get them confused or, you know, so. But I did learn that I cannot listen to conversation and or slash music and try to write a song at the same time. Yep, that was just beyond my capacity. I kept inserting words from like the conversation or the song that I was listening to versus what I was trying to actually write for the new song. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. My page was so scribbled out by the end of the evening. Not even the end of the evening, because I quit after a while. Like, I'm just not capable of this. So listening, yes, but actually trying to kind of compose, or I don't know if that's the right word when I just write the lyrics. But yeah, that was not an option. That's not an option for me. I'm like, dang. Also, if I was listening to another song, that melody would get stuck in my head, and then the cadence of the new song, which I don't really have a cadence because I use AI to generate the music, so I don't generally make up any type of a rhythm or a cadence in my head when I'm writing the lyrics. But it was because I don't want to like something, end up going, oh yeah, that's a good beat, and then AI is going to not give me that, right? So, but I just kept going, like putting the new words to the rhythm and the beats of what I was listening to. I was like, stop. So that was interesting last night, trying to figure out if I could do that. I just can't. My dad thinks it's hilarious when I watch a movie and read a book at the same time. I'm like, I don't, he's like, how do you do that? I don't know. I just have always been able to. Yes, I can read a book and watch a movie all at the same time and still retain the information from both and not get them mixed up. I think it was just growing up, I always had, you know, one ear out for my brothers and cousins, and one ear on, you know, in my book or the TV or whatever it was I was watching. All right, so now we want to take, I know we're over an hour. We're right at an hour and 5, but let's just get these, this little entryway finished. So we want to take the 15s and put them, yep, just like that. So the peaks of these are slanted and then the edges are slanted. I don't know where it's going to hit, so I'm just going to do the whole ends there. Not my finger, please. Okay. Oh, yep, there we go. There's one of them. Do the same for the other one. This, and we'll put the doors on, and then we'll put the top roof on. That way when we come, whoops, when we come back next time, this is done, and we just get to work on our flower vines on the pagoda. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Alright, so these come like this, and then we want to put our big, which ones are these? Not 12, 9s. So these are going to go on that inside. Whoops. Okay. They kind of should have had us do this first because, whoops, there, we kind of had to push, so I had to pull this post out away because I had these like centered, and they need to actually be flush on this side so that that post can go all the way up. So yeah, that's, yep, same thing here. Just reaching in and pulling that post to this, pulling the little post onto the little, the big post. Because if I try to, oh, yep. If I try to just push the big post back, it's just going to push all of it, the little post and everything too. So that way, because my glue is still like damp, so it just slid the post along the roofing. All right, so now we want to take H10 and it's going to go up and down long ways so that the bigger face is facing us, and they're going to go right across the top. I know we're running over, but I just really want to get this done. We just have to connect this, the roof, and then put the gates on. So it'll just take couple more minutes. I just want that to stick really good. I already got that there. Nice, yes. Okay, and then do we put, no, we don't put these on yet? Well, okay. We're gonna wait on these because we have to do some wiring, which I'm not gonna do right now. But we want, let's just put these on real quick. So we want the low side to go on the post, and we want them to be kind of slightly opened. So, yep, on that corner edge. I've got For Whom the Bell Tolls stuck in my head. I swear it's like I got a radio station going 24/7 up there. Oh, the bell tolls, time marches on. I know, I thought I'd be done by now. Hang on. Almost done. We just want to get this door, or this gate post on. Okay, so see how they're slightly opened? Whoop. Ah, they were slightly opened. You sucker. There we go. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna, we're gonna leave it like this. I want those to dry. And then, oh, we can put these little ones right on the center of the roofing here. That way I don't lose them. Before the next build. All right, so there is our mostly done. So these are just gonna sit like this, but we need to make a couple of lights that we want to mount on one, so we'll wait. We'll get this done at the beginning of the next video, and then we will spend the majority of next video, if I can ever keep this straight, building our vinage through the pagoda. And like I said, it's kind of sparse in the video, it's kind of sparse in the instructional booklet, and you know, but I'm going to really overdo mine. I'm going to use various colors of the little flowers that I have in my stash. I might use some different flowers. We'll see what I'm going to get up to, but we're going to really, really do this little pagoda up good, because my first one was just a fail. I do have a short on there. You can see how bad it was if you want to go to the short and find it. I don't remember which one I called it, but it is there's only a few. So I'm gonna just really, this is gonna be like a lush garden of vinage over this, because we're gonna we want a canopy to, you know, kind of peekaboo the sun, because you don't want to be in the water and just get sunburnt totally. But see, theirs is like pretty sparse. There's like 4 up the side, around the sides, and a few hangings. I'm putting them all over. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna finish this roof. Next time with the lights, we have just 1 light, but 2 lanterns to hang. Put it on and then get to this, okay? If you guys are still here, you amaze me. Let me just say that. You amaze me. You're the true rock stars. I know we ran late today, but I appreciate you sticking with me to get this through, because now this sucker is almost even. Like, he's almost square. He's close. All right, thanks again, and I hope to see you on the next build. Bye.